All right, so this is your power source. We leave it on and we run it off of a timer. If you ever had to turn it off while it was running, it's just an up and down. You can hear the motor stop. The motor starts back on. It's on. It will turn itself on in the morning and off in the afternoon. This is your skimmer. This is where your chlorine tabs will go into. Get the 3-inch chlorine tabs. We buy all our pool supplies at Job Lot, Ocean State Job Lot. It's a lot cheaper than a pool store. You'll have to actually get a tub of chlorine tabs, and I just put 3 right into the skimmer. For shock, you're going to need to use shock as regular maintenance. In the beginning of the season, we use a liquid shock, again from Ocean State Job Lot. When the water gets warmer, you can use these granular bags. Typically, we'll throw 3 bags in as regular maintenance, change the pH of the pool. But basically, all you're going to do is open it up. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to just lightly dust around. Just like sprinkling salt. You can get some into the deep end. You're just going to broadcast it around the pool. And again, for regular maintenance, just 3 bags or 3 bottles will do. In the beginning of the season, you could use anywhere from 8 to 10 bags or bottles to get it going. All right, so this is your vacuum system. Basically your hose that once we start vacuuming, this will sit inside the skimmer over on the side towards the house where we put our chlorine tabs. Okay, but before we get over there, what I typically do, I get the hose just in the water, it will float. And I'm going to take this piece right here. All right, make sure the whole vacuum head is in the pool. And then you have to fill this hose with water. So basically all you do is come down to the return where the water comes shooting back out. You'll fill it until you see the head of the vacuum come up out of the pool and start to go back down. That's just getting all the air out of the vacuum line because you don't want to put air into your pool lines. So once I give it a few minutes, I keep the head of the vacuum in there. I'm just going to walk this over to the skimmer. From here, I usually keep the skimmer head right in there. I might take out my chlorine tabs, but I want to keep my skimmer basket in there so any kind of leaf or debris will be stopped by there. And then all I'm going to do is take it here, sit it down till it sucks in. You'll feel it suck in, and now the water is starting to suck in just through the hose. Okay, so to vacuum, again, we're hooked up to the skimmer. Basically all we're going to do, planes flying over. You start at the shallow end and work down to the deep end. So if you look at the dirt on the steps here, you're just going to take it, hover it over, and there's like toothbrushes on the end of the vacuum head. So just back and forth. If the pool is real dirty, the faster you go, the more you're going to disrupt it. So I just go real slow over it until it sucks up. If you have a dog that's very interested, they'll watch it too. So then I'll do the stairs. Then I'll come down to the shallow end. So if you see right here, there's a little bit of dirt just off the stairs. I'm just going to hover over that. Back and forth. So depending on how dirty your pool is, the return will keep shooting out water while you're vacuuming until it gets too dirty in the filter. So if you notice that no air is, or water is being shot out, we have to do what's called bump the pool. So we'll assume that we now need to bump the pool. So we'll come over. Now we need to bump the pool. First thing you're gonna do is you need to turn it off. Just that's where the on-off switch comes. Okay, from there, you come over to the handle here, and basically what you're doing is you're going slow down and hard up, trying to bump the dirt that are in the fingers inside here. So I go down, nice and slow, and I come up. You're gonna have resistance here. I do this approximately 15 times. Down slow, up quickly. Okay, so after about 15 times, I'm gonna come over, that's bump the pool. All I'm gonna do is turn the pool back on. It starts back up again. And then after bumping it, you'll notice that once I bumped it or turned off the power, the vacuum head here came undone. All I do is readjust it, and you can feel when it grips again. And we're sucking again. And typically you'll get like the need to do it 3 or 4 times within a vacuum. Okay, so if I vacuumed a bunch of times and I need to change the D, which is the stuff inside there that cleans it, first thing I need to do is turn it off. All right, this is to backwash your pool. Okay, from here, I'm going to turn the top nozzle right here. Right now it's pointing towards my filter. I'm going to turn it to the off position, which is directly across from there. So now this is off. No water will flow back into the pool. Okay. Okay, this is called your backwash hose. Okay, so basically all you're going to do is straighten it out. Sometimes we'll go over here, sometimes we'll go over there. D will come out of here, so it will sometimes leave a little bit of a powdery residue, but you can just rake that up or blow it after. So just straighten it out. Straighten all the way out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this knob and I'm going to turn it. Now that opens up, so water from here is already flowing down. When I turn it off, it stops. All right, so once it's on, where it's opened up and the water is flowing, you'll go back over to the on-off switch, you'll turn it on. That time the water will start flowing through here only, and will come out the end of the hose. It will be all either green or chalky, or it looks like it's very dirty. You run it till it's clean. Once you see clean water, it's still going to be running, but I'm going to turn this back to the off position to stop water from coming out. Okay, once I do that, I need to immediately open this back up and it will start flowing back out of the return. All right, valve. So after you've backwashed and the filter's in the off position, there's no suction here, so I can take this off easily. I'll have all sorts of debris inside the basket. So what I'll do is I'll reach down to the handle, pull it up, go shake the leaves out, bring it back into the skimmer, push it all the way down, make sure your tablets are in there. Cover goes on, and then you just turn the pool pump back on. And you'll be fine. So inside our shed here is where I keep our pool chemicals. This is a bag of DE. They sell it in big 25-pound bags, but I get the 6 individual 5-pound bags because that's what you need each time to put it back into the skimmer. After you've backwashed through the blue hose and the pool is running again, you take one of these bags and slowly put it right into the skimmer. This is what cleans the water, and it goes into the filtration. So this will go right into the skimmer, and you don't need to worry about it. Typically this, after the pool is clean, will last you the summer. Maybe you have to do it one other time once you have it clean. All right, so I've left you a couple bags here. 1, 2. This is a pool pump to get the water off the cover in the beginning of the spring when you're getting ready to open it. Basically, you're just going to take a garden hose. It screws onto the top here. You take this, you're going to plug it in. I use an extension cord because you don't want this inside the water. So I use an extension cord right over the outlet. And then basically this just submerges into the standing water on top of the pool cover, and it will suck it out. I usually run this hose out towards the street, so that's where it will drain to. In this basket here, I've left some extra parts that every once in a while you'll need, like extra piping. This is what comes out of the ground. Sometimes every once in a while you'll get a small tear, you know, every couple of years if it's been a real bad winter. So I just keep a bunch on standby. You can have a pool company come out, but they're very expensive. It's super easy to do yourself. Just a couple of clamps and it goes right together. So I'll leave those extra tools for you. This is just a cover if you wanted to put it on top, where I use the handle. This just sits on top. It's a decorative thing, but I'll leave that for you also. This is another type of cleaning. This basically, you're going to put a hose in here. This is done at the beginning of the season when there's some leaves and worms and debris at the bottom of the pool. So this will go all the way down to the bottom of the pool. You'll put our vacuum pole on there, and it basically just shoots water out and takes up all the debris off the bottom of the pool. And so this, once you get in it, I know it looks like debris, it's not. This is your winter pool cover. Basically all you're gonna do is pull that out, cover the pool, and then I use these railroad timbers to anchor it down. And I also have some cement bricks. So basically the tarp's gonna go on the pool, and then it's going to go across from there. This wood piece right here, it's a big piece of plywood. I put that across the steps so that nothing falls through on the steps. So there's that one, the railroad ties, and I use a lot of anchors. I use these cement pavers. I also will use some rocks by the fireplace just to hold it down.